Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to part 4 of Top 10 Worst DSP Gaming Moments of 2020. So far, to catch up so far, we caught that Phil complains a lot, he demands too much of people who are being nice to him, and he gets told that by people he probably looks up to about who DSP really is, and they tell him exactly what it's like. If anything, I think The Godfather was the one who told Phil straight that you can't throw a hoe into a housewife. And friggin' Godfather Charles is an absolute OG at the business. He's also a great person in real life because if you've seen the way he dresses, you see how good he looks by today's standards. He looks like he could friggin' wrestle now. Even at, how old is Godfather anyway? Like 56, 57, something like that? But there's some like debris down here. I need to put this in the bin. So, sort of like how the last episode, the last part ended. It had some guy on who was saying, "Is this you?" he's talking about. So, let's see how it is. It's kind of strange. What exactly could be coming up? Because remember, this video is 3 hours long. So we're up to part 7, and we're only like 23 minutes into this. So let's continue.
Number 7.
And then he disappeared. So we're talking 2-3 years later since I never heard from this kid.
Stop calling me a fucking kid, you cunt!
Damn.
Gamer J. Reed.
Did friggin' the David Amber double guy use a Pepe meme, really?
I was a fan of DSP, and I was a fan of him for probably, I think, since 2008, 2009, back whenever he did the Into Darkness or whatever DLC with John Rambo for Resident Evil 5. And I enjoyed the content for a while. And I was a bit of a fanboy. I was a young kid. I was impressionable. I was so blind to how he was acting because I was such a young kid, and I just saw this YouTuber who I was like, hey, I relate to him. He likes wrestling. I like wrestling. He likes this video game. I like this video game. And I basically became a fan. Well, in 2013, I went to the Screw Attack gaming convention.
Wow.
And I met Phil. I met John Rambo, who was a really cool dude, who honestly was probably the best part of the trip, was meeting John Rambo, because he actually wanted to talk. But let's see what Phil recognizes and remembers from this trip.
There is a kid, and by the way, I'm not going to give you any names or anything specific or anything here, okay? I'm not going to do that. But there was a kid who was a fan of mine back in the day, and he actually met me in real life. We spent some time together. We hung out at one of the conventions that I had attended, and, you know, I signed some of his stuff. He was a really nice kid. Now, he was younger. I would say probably he was in his teens, maybe early 20s, but I think he was in his teens when I met him, okay?
Yeah, we met and we talked for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes I talked to him, because the rest of the time he went and basically was doing the Iron Man of gaming competition. And basically I was there to meet Phil, but Phil was doing his own thing. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bug him. Cool, fine by me. I went and hung out with John Rambo and OJ. They were cool. They wanted to talk. They actually gave a shit. This was one of those times where, you know, Phil was dealing with whatever the fuck he was doing with the Iron Man gaming. But yeah, I was pretty cool with him. I didn't pester him. I basically just hung around the convention.
Now, after that convention, that kid went home and said, you know, I'd like, you know, could I maybe moderate for you? And he actually moderated for me for a while and did some stuff, you know, as a volunteer for a little bit, which was very nice of him, okay, out of his, the kindness of his own heart or whatever. Years later, now let me your premise here. I haven't heard from this kid in years. Basically, he was a mod of mine. He kind of vanished, disappeared. For like over 2 years, I never heard a peep out of this kid. So I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's, you know, how he's doing or whatever. No clue, right? I don't know. All I know is that, you know, the only interaction I ever had with this guy was a very positive one at a convention years and years ago. Probably, I would say at this point, thinking back, probably about 7, 8 years ago. All right. Years later, all right, all of a sudden, I find out this kid hates my guts.
I didn't hate his guts. And after the convention, I was a moderator for him for about 1.5 to 2 years. I did moderate for him. And honestly, moderate wasn't really a good term for it. It was more that I came in the chat and basically dealt with shit as it came. I never falsely banned anyone. I never did any like flagging of, oh, you're talking shit, get banned. I wasn't that kind of moderator. I usually just chilled back and let others deal with it, and then I did it if it was like something really bad or fucked up. It was 2014 or 2015 when I saw a video, and it was from King of Hate, or yeah, no, not King of Hate, but this right here from Ask the King. And there was a certain episode, and fuck it, we'll just scroll through it real fast, which I can't access anymore because the fucker deleted it. But it's when I totally noticed and realized how fucked up a person he was.
What I'm angry about the amiibos is that Nintendo consistently has had anti-gamer practices, whether it sinks their company or not, and they're not going to listen to you, the common gamer, right? The Wii U, because you bought the amiibo. It's a fad. They got you. Oh my god, I gotta get every one, and I'm lining up at fucking Walmart and Target to get the exclusive ones only sold at those stores, and I'm pissed because they sold out. And there's a golden Mario, and it's behind a locked case, and I'm gonna cuss out the fucking floor manager of Walmart because they don't have anyone with the keys nearby. You got duped by Nintendo. You are their core audience. And Nintendo constantly said, fuck you. We don't care. We don't listen to customer feedback.
I highly doubt this. Because, listen, Phil, no, that's not how they do it. You're the one who doesn't listen to people. You're the one who's constantly saying fuck you to people. Have you ever just... Phil, I don't know why I call him Chris there. Phil, have you actually... I'm going to go on a limb and say that Phil has never actually contacted Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Sony. I don't think he's actually ever done that. All he does is sit in his chair, pissing himself and screaming out, fix this, this game is shit. I think Phil is just somebody who will make excuses and then will make excuses that are not grounded to reality towards other people, so it prevents them from actually, figuring to try and actually do anything. Phil is not what you might call a very positive influence, because his response goes no further, in fact probably a little bit less, than just screaming out that there's nothing you can do because people around you don't give a shit. Well, if you think they really don't give a shit, Phil, then why are you even still playing their games then?
But I basically was like, wait a second, what? I kind of like got that moment of recognition. And I was like, okay, he's an asshole. That was a dick move. And I silently, because I didn't want to basically cause drama, I silently just removed myself as a mod and left. I didn't email him. I didn't tell him. I just walked. I was doing my own thing. I was starting my own channel, which right here, Gamer J Lee playthroughs, reviews, and unboxings. This is just different art that I had, and now
he had Sweet Tooth on the cover. 4.4K. Is he even still doing it? Let me do a check. 4.4K. He might have changed banner art and his icon by then, but let's see if he's still up there, because I don't know. I quite like his approach. He seems, yep, okay, here we are. 5.89K subscribers. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do him a favor. There you go, subscribed. What's the most recent he did? Halo Infinite Melee Physics are amazing. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go and look at that later. But the reason why is just because, honestly, I'd much rather go and watch someone like Gamer. Lee knows what's up before anything else, and I quite like that.
this is my channel now. And I grew it over time and basically was honestly enjoying myself. And as you can see, I do my own thing. I was a fan. I was an adult. I grew up. I'm doing pretty damn good for myself. I own my own apartment. I don't own any debt. I made one joke about DSP. One joke, and it wasn't even directly at him. I make the joke that JTech TV is the new DSP because of the incident. Well, what happened is I got blocked. My main account, Gamer J Lee, got blocked by Darkside Phil. And I was like, okay, you thin-skinned son of a bitch. All right, I see how it's gonna be.
So we're talking 2-3 years later since I never heard from this kid. He apparently hates my guts. He talks about me on social media all the time, riffing on me, making fun of me, insulting me and my family, and he's regular in detractor circles and all that. And I'm like, so what happened? Because here's the thing. Did I have anything to do with it? No.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. I'm a regular in detractor circles. The only two people I've had any interaction with, true interaction with on Twitter is Vertanga and Soma Julius Cruz. Those are the only two people. I've never made a video. I've criticized him on Twitter. I've directly criticized him. I've basically done all that, but I've never gone and made a video on him. I've never done any of that shit. I'm in the major detractor circle. Look at my fucking channel, dude. He wants to label me this because I made one fucking joke about the dude.
That's it.
So what happened? Because here's the thing. Did I have anything to do with it? No. I don't even know what happened. I had lost contact with the kid. The kid had stopped coming to my stream, stopped watching my content. To my understanding, what he told me was that he wasn't going to be able to actively watch my stuff or attend my streams anymore because his life was getting very busy. Like, he had personal stuff going on in his life. Something with his parents had a store, and he was getting older, so his parents were telling him that they had to help him run the store and stuff like that.
Okay. That is the first thing that he is lying about. Phil, I walked away. I didn't give you any notice. I just walked. You left me a mod until 2017, 2018 when you came back to Twitch. I was still a mod. You would go in these little chat groups and stuff and basically say, kick him out. Ban him. Ban this fucker from my chat. You were like Wings of Redemption. I was the one behind the teleprompter or whatever doing the transitions. I recommended him the capture card that he uses. I recommended him the microphone and the interface he uses. I was the one that suggested that shit.
It's the generic meme shit. Oh, he's a scammer. Oh, he did this horrible thing. He insults his fans. Like, but wait a minute. Can you?
That's the reason why I left. You insult your fans. You insult your fans. You insulted a guy for enjoying Meebos. You manipulated your audience to earn money. People wanted to team up with you, and then they realized how much of a dickhead you were. And that's what happens whenever you go and you break every friendship you ever had. You break all the trust with your viewers, with your friends, and you backstab everyone.
So is that, yeah, that's going to do it for the end of part 4 we're up to right now. That's mad. That's madness. Yeah, it is the end of part 4. Okay, so what exactly have we learned from part 4? That this guy just suddenly became he did his own thing, became popular. Apparently he worked for DSP. He found out how insufferable he was. Even from, I think, like, the first encounter at Screw Attack probably should have given poor Lee the signs that DSP is the way he is. And you know what's kind of, like, almost upsetting about the whole situation? He could have been one of the few friends that perhaps Phil might have had left. And how does he repay this? By literally just saying... for for being, because of who DSP is and because of the way he decides to act. That is why people stop watching, and that's why people turn away from him, because you make lies about people, you manipulate people, and then you're so rude because your ego is so big you can't even take any joke. I mean, I can take jokes, ladies and gentlemen. I can take jokes really well. And I'm the sort of person who sometimes wouldn't know the difference between when somebody's joking around or somebody's being dead serious when they really do want to say horrible things to me. But with that being said, you know what? There's a right way and a wrong way to go about stuff like that. And come on, Phil. You gotta... I don't... Listen, despite everything, I still don't take myself really that seriously. Because... here's sort of like the reasons why I do and I don't. I do because I want people to, take me seriously because of my work ethic and all that good stuff. But I also want people to understand is that they're not here to have this forced down their throats. I want people to come here and enjoy it and have a good time. And I don't just straight up beg for money. I would appreciate every now and then if I got something out of the work I do, because money is a great motivator for people to do stuff. Unfortunately, I make money to make videos, not the other way around. And DSP is only ever really concerned if what he's doing is making money through the people that he manipulates. You should go watch either Ali A or like friggin' Lispy Jimmy if you just want to start, scrounging off children. But I don't even think children would necessarily find you particularly very charming, DSP, because you're not very charming, like, at all. Gamer J. Lee looks more charming and he looks far more presentable and he talks far more authentic and very sincerely about what he likes and what he loves, and that's why I sub to him, because he looks like the sort of guy that I would actually trust, because, from what he's told me, sounds